Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub, the home of motorcycle passion, heritage, and everything on two wheels that makes your heart race. Today, we're talking about a name that carries more weight than almost any other in Harley-Davidson history, the return of the Knucklehead. Yes, you heard it right. The legendary Knucklehead is back, reborn for 2026, blending the soul of the 1930s icon with the power, precision, and attitude of modern Harley engineering. This is not just another motorcycle, this is a statement from Harley-Davidson that they still know how to build bikes that stir emotion, tell stories, and make the rider feel alive in a way only a Harley can. When the Knucklehead name first appeared in 1936, it wasn't just a motorcycle, it was the foundation of Harley's V-twin legacy. That distinctive rocker cover design that looked like a pair of knuckles gave it its name, and its sound, its vibration, its mechanical heartbeat made it one of the most celebrated engines ever built. Fast forward to 2026, and Harley-Davidson has brought that name back, not as a mere homage, but as a full-scale modern reinterpretation that honors the original while taking it to the next level. The new Knucklehead isn't about nostalgia for the sake of nostalgia. It's about proving that history and technology can coexist on two wheels. Let's start with the heart of this beast, the engine. Harley calls it the Knucklehead 121 Revolution Max, a modern liquid-cooled V-twin that pays tribute to the classic shape of the old Knucklehead covers but delivers next-level performance. This new 121 cubic inch motor pumps out a staggering 128 horsepower and 175 Nm of torque. Harley's engineers designed it with a unique dual-cam profile, which changes timing dynamically for low-end grunt and high-end rush. You twist the throttle, and it feels like the old Iron Thunder of the past, but it revs smooth and strong like a modern sport cruiser. The exhaust note has been tuned to deliver that deep, signature Harley growl, that rich baritone rumble that shakes your chest and makes everyone on the street turn their heads before they even see the bike. Now, performance-wise, Harley has done something special here. The Knucklehead 2026 isn't trying to be a lightweight canyon carver, it's a heavyweight muscle cruiser that knows what it is. The frame is a tubular steel backbone inspired by the 1936 original, but underneath it's a fully modern modular chassis designed to be rigid and balanced. The suspension is a premium Showa setup, fully adjustable both front and rear, with 47mm inverted forks and a rear monoshock hidden beneath the seat for that clean old-school hardtail look. The result is a bike that looks vintage but rides like a refined, modern machine. Whether you're cruising at 80 miles per hour down a highway or rumbling through the city streets, it feels planted, predictable, and beautifully composed. Harley has gone all out with the design, and honestly, this is where the Knucklehead 2026 really stands apart. At first glance, it looks like a machine pulled out of a time machine: round headlamp, teardrop tank, the signature finned engine covers, spoked wheels with thick tires, and that muscular stance that screams classic Americana. But when you look closer, you see the modern touches: LED lighting that mimics the warm glow of old bulbs, flush-mounted indicators, a sleek digital cluster cleverly disguised inside a vintage-style gauge, and the seamless way the paint flows over the tank and fenders. The chrome isn't just shiny for the sake of shine, it's beautifully applied and contrasted with matte black and brushed aluminum finishes that give the bike a raw, industrial yet luxurious appeal. Harley says each color scheme, like the vintage copper pearl, midnight shadow, and heritage silver, is inspired by original 1930s paint codes, reinterpreted with modern depth and gloss. It's stunning from every angle. Comfort and ergonomics have also evolved massively. The Knucklehead 2026 has a relaxed yet assertive riding position, mid-mounted foot controls, wide but low handlebars, and a sculpted leather saddle that looks like a throwback but hides modern gel padding and adjustable suspension underneath. Harley has clearly engineered this for long-distance comfort without losing that stripped-down, pure riding essence. The fuel tank holds 15 liters, which might not sound like much, but thanks to the improved fuel efficiency of the Revolution Max engine, you can expect nearly 240 kilometers on a full tank, not bad for a big twin cruiser. The electronics suite is surprisingly advanced for a bike that looks this classic. You get cornering ABS, traction control, ride modes, and even adaptive cruise control. There's a new 5-inch TFT display hidden inside a vintage-style analog housing, which lets you toggle between minimal and full digital layouts. Harley's smartphone app integration gives navigation, ride stats, and maintenance info directly on the screen. Everything is integrated seamlessly, no ugly wires, no clutter, no gimmicks. It's a proper blend of retro charm and modern functionality. Harley has also paid special attention to customization. They know their riders love to make their bikes unique. The 2026 Knucklehead comes with a full range of factory accessories, bobber kits, solo spring saddles, chopped fenders, and even a performance exhaust developed with Vance and Hines. There are 3 styling packages available from Launch, Classic Heritage, Dark Custom, and Performance line. Each one changes the personality of the bike entirely. Whether you want it to look like a museum-worthy vintage cruiser or a blacked-out road dominator, Harley gives you the options straight from the factory. In terms of handling, the bike feels surprisingly nimble for its size. At 290 kilograms wet, it's no lightweight, but the low-slung chassis and central mass distribution make it manageable even for shorter riders. The clutch is light, the gearbox is precise, and the throttle response is buttery smooth. On the open road, it's stable and confident, but in the city, it feels more agile than you'd expect. Braking power comes from dual 320mm front discs with 4-piston Brembo calipers and a 300mm rear disc, giving strong, progressive bike without being harsh. Harley really nailed the balance between old-school character and new-age control. Now let's talk price. Harley-Davidson is positioning the Knucklehead 2026 as a premium heritage flagship, not cheap, but worth every penny for what it represents. The base model starts at around $22,999, while the fully loaded variants with special paint, accessories, and performance upgrades can go north of $27,000. It's expensive, yes, but this is not just transportation, it's a collectible, a piece of living motorcycle history that happens to perform like a modern machine. One of the most impressive aspects of this new Knucklehead is how Harley managed to bottle that intangible feeling, the heartbeat, the soul, the emotion that makes a Harley more than metal. When you fire up the engine, there's a distinct rhythm, a pulse that instantly connects you to decades of heritage. You can almost imagine the echoes of 1936, when the first Knucklehead roared to life. Harley has recreated that nostalgia without copying it, they've evolved it. Every ride feels like a celebration of where the brand came from, and where it's going next. For longtime Harley fans, this bike is a love letter to the golden age of motorcycling. For new riders, it's a gateway to understanding why Harley-Davidson means so much to so many people around the world. It's got character, it's got presence, and it's got performance that will leave you grinning every time you twist the throttle. Whether you're parked outside a cafe or cruising down Route 66, this bike commands respect. It doesn't shout, it rumbles, it resonates, it reminds everyone why the Harley name still carries such legendary weight. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2026 Knucklehead, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Bike Culture Hub, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future reviews. We've got more amazing machines coming your way, from retro cruisers to futuristic electric bikes, all right here on the channel where the culture of motorcycling lives and breathes. Thanks for watching, ride safe, and as always, keep the culture alive, one ride at a time.